God called me into the ministry from the passage in Jeremiah, where God tells Jeremiah that before he had formed him in the womb, he knew him and appointed him as a prophet to the nations. See, this day I've set you over the nations. So there's always been an international call on my life. Maybe that's why God brought me to such an international church. And there's always been a tension between being the senior minister, ensuring that the church is growing and developing and progressing, ensuring that the church is pastorally cared for, in which way the cell vision has greatly helped that, for people to understand that my ministry is not sitting with people every day in their homes, spending hours over coffee, talking and sharing with regular members of the church. I do that as much as I can, but I have had to develop a ministry of leading the leaders and ministering to the leaders, then ministering to the leaders of the leaders. And so that has brought pain and sometimes criticism. Why are you not more with regular members of the church? And I would make sure that everybody is taken care of, and I do spend a lot of time in that. But how many people could I effectively look after if it was done on a one-to-one basis? Then there is the tension between what God has been doing in my life and in Kensington Temple's life and the demands of the denomination. That's not just the fact that I've served for 25 years on the national leadership team of our denomination. It is also focusing on issues which are, national scope rather than just of London and the local church. And then our structures. Now, I think Elim has been one of the most flexible denominations that I know in terms of being flexible for structures, but their flexibility was stretched to the limit many, many times to accommodate and to try to recognize the call of God upon my life in particular and on Kensington Temple in general. And the denomination has struggled with that on many, many occasions. They didn't understand why we wanted our own Bible school when there was a national Bible school. They didn't understand why we wanted to plant churches when that was much more of a denominational thing to do, or raise our own leaders or run our own missions. They didn't understand that and thought that we were actually seeking to build our own kingdom. And over the years, I've had to explain to people that it's not about that we are fulfilling a call of God upon our lives. And so now at this time, where I am being released from being the senior minister of Kensington Temple into a role still connected with Kensington Temple, but much more adjunctive and much more expressly to the nations, there are tensions. There are tensions about how that can be done and on what basis should it happen. So the denomination struggles sometimes to keep ahead or to keep up with what the Holy Spirit is doing.